Hello everyone, we're getting ready for week 4 of your fieldwork rotations, and I want to thank everyone for getting your week 3 forms turned in. For those of you that I had to email and ask for a little bit more information or to complete things, I want to thank you for your timely response to that and resubmitting those as I work hard to give you credit for all of your assignments and participation each week. So getting ready for week 4, we have a couple things we need to look at, and this week we'll specifically be looking at the fieldwork objectives for each of your sites. So you all should have already reviewed this. You should already be aware of your site-specific fieldwork learning objectives. If you haven't looked at these yet, now's the time. All of you have been checking on your week 1 and week 3 forms that you're meeting with your fieldwork educator and that you're being attentive to those goals and objectives. So you should be familiar with these things. There's a few differences between fieldwork sites on what these look like. So I'm going to show you an example. You'll first navigate into Exact and you'll search your site and you'll look at the required documents. When you go into the required documents, you will see that the site-specific objectives should be listed here. If for some reason your site doesn't have site-specific objectives listed, you need to reach out to me right away. The assignment this week is to do a Padlet wall, specifically talking about a objective that is challenging or that you're having difficulty meeting. So you need to know what those are, and you need to pull specifically from the site objectives for your site. If you don't have those site specific objectives already and they're not here in Exact, you need to email me ASAP, preferably no later than Tuesday, so we can work with your fieldwork educator to get those. I work all day in an outpatient concussion clinic on Wednesdays, so unfortunately, if you wait until Wednesday to tell me you have a problem with getting those objectives, I won't be able to help you at that time. Your Padlet wall is due Wednesday evening by 11:59 because you need to respond to a minimum of one of your peers by Sunday. So again, please log in, make sure those site-specific objectives are there. They'll look different based on your fieldwork placement site. This is an example of the FlowTech objectives for Level 1 students. So the Florida OT Educational Consortium. Some of your sites have adopted these site-specific objectives, and they kind of follow the AOTA midterm and evaluation performance form. So what you will notice here though is that these are just general objectives. They don't outline week-to-week expectations. So here's an example of a fieldwork site that they specifically do outline week-to-week expectations. And so depending on where you are, this is going to look somewhat different. Some of your sites choose the University of St. Augustine site-specific objectives, and those are general too. The USA objectives will give your fieldwork educators somewhat of a guideline of what's expected of you week to week, and but again, these are somewhat general, and each site has the choice of adopting the St. Augustine objectives and then modifying them if they choose to. So once you find your site-specific objectives and you're able to outline which one you're having difficulty meeting or which one is the most challenging, you're going to complete a Padlet wall and just discuss that so your peers can respond to it. Again, that Padlet wall's due on Wednesday by 11:59, so your peers can respond to you by Sunday. And I hope you will really take the time to outline why you're having trouble meeting this. We're all in the same boat together. Fieldwork is hard, especially when you're trying to perform well in front of others and show yourself as confident and assertive when inside you're not quite sure what you're doing. We used to say fake it till you make it, because that helps you build confidence, and you can fake it for a while, but performance time at midterm is really where you're going to have to tell whether you're making it or not. So I just want to encourage you guys to use this week to give one another some advice. I'm sure you have a text chain or different places you get down and dirty with really what's going on and what you're frustrated with. But this week I'll be able to be a little bit of a part of that as you talk about the difficulties of each of your site. Hang in there, guys. You already made it through week 3. You're doing great. If there are any concerns or problems, please let me know right away. I want to thank those who've already reached out to me so we can work together to ensure your success. One more reminder, I've seen on a couple of week 3 forms that there have been some of you who've had an absence, and the university clinical education requirements mandate that you complete an absence form. So you should not have anything marked on those forms of having an absence without first completing that form and letting me know so that we can work through your makeup days together. Some of you have already taken care of that with your fieldwork educator. You already have the day that you're going to make up, which is great. But again, you need to communicate that with me so we can ensure you get credit for all of your hours for the completion of your level 2A. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week 4. I look forward to reading about what you're working on this week and what objectives you're working towards mastering. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.